Hey y'all, I hope you're doing good. So today I am obviously by the thumbnail, y'all see that I am not talking about the regular mommies today. I did come across I am TTB, and y'all when I tell y'all I've been watching her since I think it was like pre-COVID. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was like pre-COVID or right when COVID happened. And I started watching her channel. She did it like mukbang. She did cooking. She talked about things. She had this segment of like she smoked, you know, she smoked, that stuff, right? In California, it's good. They give you the thumbs up, but here they don't give you the thumbs up. But but at the end of the day, I loved her spirit. I loved the fact that she had real life mommy problems, such as, the struggles, having her kids, have to deal with the whininess. I watched her take her kid to school. I watched her, develop, go back to school herself, try to get something better. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she just got that house, or y'all, when I tell you she kept the house like really nice, like kept it clean. Well, the areas like the kitchen, she kept food in her house. She was just so warming, okay, very warming, and her channel is warming. And I think watching it today, I still got that same vibe that I got. But this video was, and I'm not going to go graphic on her channel so much, and I'm going to talk more of the fact that this can happen to anybody, okay? Um, and when I mean this can happen to anybody, we watched this sector, we see parents bring men into their homes with their kids. We see blending families. When I mean blending families, I mean blending families. We watch all of that, okay? And we don't really, nobody is it as graphic and talk about details. So I'm going to talk about details a little bit more on this matter because it's surreal. All right. I talked about it so many times on my podcast. I explained I'm like an advocate of this type of behavior for children that is surreal. Now, we had this game when I was a kid that I will never put my kids in that place to be exposed to. And that game was called House. All right. And that is just a game that most kids play. They start with their Barbies, they start with each other, but eventually we was doing things we didn't supposed to be doing. And if you can read between the lines, you know what I mean. If you can't, I don't know how to help you because I can't talk about so much on this channel. And it saddens me to see that it saddens me to see parents don't notice that till today. Like, I am a mother that grew up in the 90s, and I grew up with, oh, go in the back room, shut the door, and y'all go play. And bullshit. I said it before 8 minutes. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Am I going to tell my kids to go in the back room and play at anybody's house, anybody's cousin's house, anybody's house? We're not doing that. But TTB, I want to say this. What did you expect the kids to do? They you think they thought that you and your girlfriend or her mother was going to play adult sleepover? No. You exposed though how can I say it? You said that little girl exposed your child to a certain lifestyle, but no, you exposed that child to that lifestyle prior to it. And children are very curious nature kids. You can sit here and tell me all day long they don't see you nude or they don't see you doing this or they don't see you doing that, but they know. They know. And majority of the time, it's innocent knowing, but how many of us really sit and examine films before we all have our kids watching it or a TV show? Y'all, when I tell you there's a there's TV shows if I never watched it, I don't put that in my kids. My kids don't watch it with me because I'm so fearful of any type of sexting, straight or gay now, that will expose them to it. I'm just saying you can blame it because you know you're a child, right? But as me, I know children are very curious creatures. And if they're watching you go in the bedroom with another woman, what they thinking? They think it's normal. It's okay. Because you don't have that, that direction. Because you didn't. You didn't have that direction. Now I'm not bashing you and calling you a bad mother. You just didn't have a proper direction when it comes down to your children. And also, you can't allow so many people to come in your house. Your house is your children's safe haven. That's the reason why I title is a parent's place to keep a child in his place, in their place. See, if you don't go and you like, how did my kids get like this? Because you expose certain things to them. Hunchy, and I always said the Duggars family exposed Josh Duggar into that lifestyle of sneaking the his siblings. They did that. Nobody didn't do that besides them. They had 23 children. You don't think he was like listening from the time he was 4? Y'all get what I'm saying? So we're sitting here thinking, okay, I'm grown. I can do anything around these kids. And no, they know. I'm not going to even try to even agree with you and try to put the blame on that little girl because y'all was sitting there and you even said it. I thought because we was girls and the mother was a girl and I was a girl, it was okay. So the two girls could sleep together in one room. And of course, I'm elfing the mama. So we're sleeping in one room. That should never be. And y'all wonder why. Somebody said, I wonder why you gonna always be single because you don't bring a man around you. You damn skippy. Y'all see how easy that certain when you don't have some discipline or some structure as an adult, you see how the children can run wild. Now I would never put the little girl's details on there. I guess that's your storytelling. I would never tell the girl's detail of what happened to her on here because I feel like she still have a right for privacy. And no matter how we look at it, like she's a bad mother, that made your character look really bad. But talking about another kid and their trauma. That's just me. Um 5 years, 10 years, 15. If a child is damaged, they're damaged. and they're not getting the proper help, they're still going to be damaged. So for you to come on here and you spoke on that child, I didn't have any, I don't, it's no fault. Sometimes people just don't know. It's not nobody's fault. They just don't know how to handle certain situations without an attack mode. And that was definitely attack mode on that child in my eyes. Um, but at the end of the day, I really I really feel like it is your place as a parent to have proper structure in the household so your children don't feel, what I'm saying, it's going to be foreign to them. All right? When kids know, they know good and bad touch. I try to train my children when the time they started talking. This is your no square. And this is your no square. Stop. Don't touch me there. This is my no square. I wanted them to learn that with their peers. Does that make sense? So it won't be a shell shock, you know? Dude, stay back. That's as a parent. That's the place for a parent to start doing. I'm sorry. We can't protect our children and say, "Ooh, I'm not going to talk to them about sex." Yeah, you better start talking to them real quick because anybody can come in and interrupt your child's way of living. And I wanted to say this. Um, Sometimes in our life, we allow people to distract us because we have fear of getting better or doing better for ourselves. Even with, it doesn't matter straight or gay, people that might seem like they got it together. You ever seen people, they have it together, but they just bored as freak? I'm sorry. And they'll have so many people um trying to find their way. TT, I'm gonna call you TT. Um, I think you're trying to find your way and you want to bring along other people and you want to help. And that's a good quality. I'm never going to tell you that's a terrible quality. But remind yourself, people that you want in your space don't take from you. They don't take your peace. They don't take your energy. They don't take your money. They don't take this. They don't take your trust. They don't take anything from you. And that's what you need to see. I want to also talk about the church situation and how you wanted to blame the fact that the church that you originally went to did not have any youth or children church. Let me tell you, that was a pile of baloney. What it was, and I personally feel like this, and it's okay for me to say this, and it's okay for you to want this. But nowadays, we're sitting in a world that people do not want anyone to tell them how to live. That irks people's nerves to a T. When I tell you, people don't want you to tell them how to live, even if it's the best. This is the best way to get out of your situation. They won't feel good. When you go to a church that makes you feel good, you know what? You still won't get fed properly. I don't know who you feel like hurt you at that church, But somebody must told you something you did not want to hear, or you didn't like at the time. Churches is never supposed to be for feel good. You go to a church and you come out feeling good, not trying to change anything, because that church seemed like they was trying to change you to whatever, because when we start talking, you know not we start talking, but when I start watching your channel, you smoked marijuana. um I didn't really hear you cuss that much, y'all, so that don't even count to me. But you were a lesbian, okay? And sometimes, if churches don't accept certain people's lifestyle, they get an attitude and they go off on a tangent, such as, I'm not getting fed. You're getting fed. You just don't like the meat of choice. And if, be honest with you, obviously that lifestyle isn't doing you any good either. I'm just saying. It's funny that it's a child that, started you from wanting better for your daughter. And this is just my opinion while you're talking about it, that she didn't deserve that. You're right. But your child don't deserve to have an up and down parent. And that is real talk. And nobody's not talking about it because they don't. You seem very confused about life, your purpose, your what you want. Seem very confused. Typically, because of that lifestyle, you're living a double standard life. You want to serve God, but I want to live in the world. You can't do those two at the same time. And y'all, if I seem like I'm on a spiritual rant, I probably am. If you don't like it, it's okay. But sometimes people need to hear a spiritual rant when they need to hear it. That's the reason why you'll still get the people that come in your life and take from you. Because technically, your spirit is hungry for righteousness, and now you want to live the way you want to live, and you want to rebel at the same time. So you basically fighting among yourself. You're not fighting with the elders. You're not fighting with anybody. You're fighting along yourself, and that's where I like I said, it's a parent's place to keep a child in their place, not what I'm saying. That's the reason why when you have your home, I don't like to say it, when you have your girlfriend, and just like me, if I'm out here fornicating and cutting up, and I don't bring my guy to the house. He already know. Hey, I do not bump and grind while my kids are at the house. They are actually listening. Okay, y'all can bump and grind at 3 o'clock in the morning. They will pop their little eyes open and probably lay there or get up and creep to hear what's going on. Like, what's going on in there? Y'all, hey, I, I'm gonna tell y'all a funny story. So, my cousin probably would deny it. So, there's a trailer. There's a trailer park on the shore where we lived at, and y'all, when I tell y'all, we was bad kids. We was bad kids. So I don't know who cousin. I don't know if it was my cousin or my cousin. But one day we was playing outside and she said, y'all go outside. Y'all go outside. Y'all. This is so funny because this is how bad we were as kids. And I definitely said so we went outside and the guy, her boyfriend, the kids, my cousins or the neighborhood kids was outside, and we was outside. We was inside at first playing Barbies, and the mom said, "Y'all go outside. Y'all go outside and play. Get out the house." So the boyfriend comes over, and the older son was like, "Y'all want to see something?" So I don't know how gross this is, but it's funny. It's funny now as a kid thinking about it. So he put a chair up to the window, and baby, we saw what why she kicked us out. Okay. When I tell you, but I don't know what was creepier. This son watched because the daughter was like, "I'm not watching that. That's gross, right?" But all the kids was like in the window looking, and and y'all, we played house with him. We played house. Now I was never the mommy and the daddy, but we definitely played house with him. Now I'm thinking about my cousins and us. We played house with him. Like that's crazy. But at the end of the day, y'all understand what I'm saying? You gotta protect your children. Everything. You have to protect them because, like I said, it took that little boy how many, probably so many times to get kicked out of the house to realize why are we getting kicked out of the house? And then here he goes, he's snooping and he sees why he got to get kicked out of the house. Y'all get what I'm saying? So children are not dumb. So that is a big reason why you probably, you know, you're up and high, you're high and low, and typically that's probably because of your lifestyle. I hate to be the one that tells people this, and I'm sorry. I never seen somebody's gonna dislike me. I never seen a. We all have problems, so don't get it twisted. I never seen a consistent, normal homosexual. I seen them like you, always feeling like somebody's they're the bad person. They're always feeling like they're the ones that gets in trouble or the world don't like them. I'm on my own. I never seen them at peace. And if you want peace, you want your children to have peace, you probably need to walk away from that lifestyle. I hate to tell people that. It's okay for me to tell people that because I do see a goodness in this girl. And maybe you might need to walk away from the lifestyle if you want that peace again. Because when I first met her, she wasn't dating. And I didn't, you have you have your thoughts like, yes, you might be, right? But I remember her being at peace and organized with her thoughts. And I can understand anybody that has a trauma. They want comfort, they want safety, they want a a fear. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you have to protect your children. And you can't, I think that was a terrible thing for you to do was invite your girlfriend over with her daughter. You could easily say, well, baby, you can, you know what I'm saying? Like you and your daughter, y'all go, y'all live downstairs, but me and my daughter will live upstairs, right? Now, if y'all need to tap out, psst, get up here. The child sleep, they're dead sleep. You know what I'm saying? But you should have separated that. And they should not have been witnessed you living with your girlfriend. And if you didn't want her to be exposed to it, that's just me. If you didn't want your child to be exposed to it, you should never expose her to it on your side. Um, but I will say this is not a bashing video. I'm not in here to bash her or anything. I know y'all like, who are you talking about? Is her channel is actually on my screen now. I'm TTB. Y'all give her some love. I mean, that's all I ask for people. But sometimes, when she was talking about the church, and that was another excuse why I felt like you was trying to run away from somebody telling you to leave that lifestyle. And God is not a confused God. No matter how much people like to think that this man is just got Alzheimer's and he just don't know where he's at, um, he's not a confused God. So God won't be having us out here confused, any shape, anyway, you know? And that's just real talk. And I only went spiritual because she is going spiritual in this channel. What she was talking about. So if anybody that sits in the church and they say God, not God loves you, because we all know God loves all of us, right? And you believe in that God, but God hates sin. And does my sin, and I'm going to talk about myself, you know, I could talk about this because it's funny. And somebody can laugh with me and they can also make fun of me as well. Um, this weekend, right? I was like, you know what? I want to go in here and I want to start some. I want to get some. I don't have my kids. I'm going to get some, right? Y'all, God shut that down real quick. And Mother Nature didn't supposed to be here until like tomorrow, today. Okay? But he knocked Mother Nature in here for a show. Do y'all understand? God doesn't like confusion and mess. Hey, Ebony, if you get a chance, go check out I'm TTB. Now, TT, I'm not here to talk about TT in a mean way. I'm just here to help her, okay? That's all. This is not to be mean or hateful. I promise you that it's not such thing as to be mean and hateful to anybody out here. Um, but yeah, just check her out. And y'all give her some love because sometimes people feel like they're in this world by themselves. So they don't know how to receive genuine love. And I think that's what it is. I think she enjoys getting used in my eyes. And I know people might think that's crazy. Nobody enjoys being used. People do enjoy being used. It makes them feel like suddenly somebody wants them or they is needed versus them telling people, hey, I need you too. They like to feel used. So I'm not here to use you, not for your clout, not for your channel, you know what I'm saying, not for your subscribe. I don't feel like it's a waste of time. But I will say that you're going to have to do some serious changing in your lifestyle and to see certain things clear. That's all of us, not just you. It's all of us. If you're a homosexual and you want a stronger lifestyle or a stronger outcome in your life, You might have to give up that lifestyle. You might have to. Um, if you're a single person and you like having sex, but you're always finding yourself hitting rock bottom, not necessarily with money, but you're feeling lonelier. Hey, let's talk. We're grown. You feeling lonelier? You feeling like you can't get enough? You might need to change your lifestyle. Now, somebody right now in church, I'll put my hands up, that fornicated on Saturday, will fornicate on Saturday and go to church on Sunday and will not repent because they know they're ready to do it again. There ain't nothing wrong with me saying that. But you have to change your lifestyle. And if you want you don't want certain things that take place or happen to your children, we have to protect our space in their space, our home, their home. And like I said before, is the parent place to keep a child in their place. And that doesn't mean to hush them up and whatever goes on in this house stays in this house. I'm not talking about it like that. I'm talking about it starts with the parent. Certain behaviors start with the parent. If and I'm sorry to say, if both of y'all lesbians, both of y'all you have girls, and they go in there and they do what they do, trying to be sneaky because that's what they see you doing, and they knowing that it's not right because y'all are being secretive. So let's do it because it's a secret. Does that make sense? So it's up to us to, make sure that they don't stray or they don't have anybody coming in their household and influencing them. Yes, anybody who have younger kids, and that's the reason why, like I said, I don't allow my kids to play house. I told my son this when he turns 10, that's his last year of doing the sleepover. And y'all, and I'm not lying. That you know what I'm saying? I'm hey, that's your last year. Because it's puberty hitting for them. They're learning certain things. They're learning. They're wanting to test the waters. Why is this so bad? Why is this so bad? Let me experiment. That's the reason why we got to start holding some parents accountable. I hold you accountable because you allow no structure from the beginning. Y'all both didn't have any structure, but everybody's different. And I hope your journey to Christ don't you're going to have some trials and tribulations. Nobody's going to have it easy. Okay? That church you're going to, you might like it because it's more towards children. But be also not so, don't be so okay with that's the only thing you can get from that church. If it's no substance, don't go. That's not going to do you any good. Because the church has a children's church or a youth church. A youth. What about you? And I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big. I don't have this thing. I've been with my church for, I want to say 12 years. Yeah, I'm in that church since about 12 years. And when I tell you that's the best thing that happened to me, y'all, I don't go. And I'm a loyal person when I go to that church. But when my pastor told me this, told me these beautiful words, it's not about you. So when you're thinking certain things happen to you, it's not about you. It's not. So I'll say, keep doing your good things. Take your daughter to church. Start reading the Bible with her. Don't do anything, oh, I'm going to have to read the Bible today at 3. Teach her how to have a praying life. Start having a praying life for yourself. Um, I always tell people, don't ask God to remove people. Ask God to heal me from people. Heal me from people. That means I don't want to be mad at nobody. I don't want to be holding grudges. I don't want to hold people accountable for things that I'm also, guilty of. So it is what it is. But y'all, I have to go. But it has been a day, y'all. It's been a day. But I tried my best to not to give so much detail about this story because I really want y'all to go and check out her channel for herself. Let me see if I can pull up her channel. So her channel is right here, and y'all go and y'all check her out. I think she deleted. She said she deleted all her videos, but when I tell you, I enjoyed myself watching her. Um, because I enjoy at that time. I enjoyed knowing that it was okay to be a single mom, right? It was okay. It wasn't the end of the world. And you do the best you can. You might not be a millionaire. You might not have the bestest house. You might have to stay in a project. You might have to stay in a tent. But as long as you're trying for your kid, you're teaching them, you're understanding what's important to them. That was something that matters. And that's what I took from her channel. She was a refresh air compared to watching Jazz and Chrissy. But be honest with you, listening to that story, I can also see so many of these mommies talking about something like that. And nobody really not understanding, lady, you got 9 kids. Why are you still doing this? Or I can see myself talking about, now look at you trying to blame somebody else, but you doing it. So I'm gonna try to be nice about that. But again, I don't agree with TTB um, putting out another child's trauma. Um, yeah, I don't agree to that. That was lying. But to each his own. You live and you learn. One day you might look back and say that was effed up, or you may not. But y'all, I have to go. I'll talk to you beautiful people later. Bye bye.